Day 10 of our Aveeros Financials tutorial series. Today's session is titled Managing Your Vendor Obligations. After completing our configuration work, we now focus on the operational side of the Accounts Payable module, recording vendor invoices, processing debit and credit memos, making payments, and verifying ledger entries. By the end of this session, you'll be able to confidently manage the full range of AP transactions, ensuring accurate expense capture, proper liability recording, and a clean audit trail. To begin, let's talk about creating a payable invoice, recording your purchases. Navigate to Main tab, Transaction, then Payable, then click on Invoice. Click on Add New to open a blank invoice screen. 1. Insert the comment, let's say invoice created for training invoice number 32. 2. Start by selecting the vendor. Type vendor 1000, his name is Mr. Jelwy. 3. Enter the vendor invoice number 365 and enter the date May 14, 2025. 4. Confirm the default payment terms, credit 80, and GL posting code supplementary, local purchase raw material, import machinery, location code, Maine. 5. Select segment 1 location factory, segment 2 region D central region, segment 3 department factory, and in segment 4 city Riyadh. 6. Now go to Detail Entry tab, go to Entry section and under Item Code type Item Code 1, then type item name raw material plastic. And define its unit of measure, which is kgs, quantity is 100 and unit price 3600, and define its sales tax 15%. 7. Now add second item and write down its item code 2 and type its unit price 2500. Now type item name raw material iron and define its sales tax 15%. 8. Now save it. 9. The invoice entry voucher will appear to view and print. Posting invoice, go to Transaction, then Daily Posting, then go to Accounts Payable, then click on Invoice. Select vendor code 1000 in vendor code from. Then press Show button, then select the invoice from the list to post and then press Post button, then click OK. Now we can check the result of the transaction in vendor ledger. To doing so, you have to navigate to Reports, then Payable, then Analysis, then Vendor Activities. 1. On the form you have to select under Listing Selection field Report Type Balance History. 2. Now go to Vendor field and write 1000 and start and write down 1000. 3. You have option to select single or all specific type of transaction to be appeared in Ledger Report. For now, select the View Report to finalize. Scenario 1. Now we need to pass second type of accounts payable transaction to issue a debit memo on invoice. Under Debit Memo you have the option using this functionality to reverse the invoice effect. It means that you can pass adjustment using Debit Memo. Navigate to Transaction, then to Payable, then to Debit Memo. 1. Now on the form press New button. 2. In Purchase From field write down the vendor code 1000, you can search it as well. 3. After you selected the vendor you have to go to Invoice Number field to search the invoice number relevant to vendor code 1000. So by this way all invoices will not be shown, only invoices relevant to vendor 1000 will be showing, so it will be easy to search and select. We will select the invoice number 2341. For once you selected the invoice, all its particulars will be appearing on this debit note form. You will move to Detail Entry tab. 5. Under this tab you have 2 items, but you have 1 item to apply adjustment, so you will have to delete the other item line 2. 6. Now apply changes on the quantity to 10. Means in debit note 10 items, only changing without touching any other things like rates and taxes. There are other options as well that besides quantity you can adjust the rates and taxes. 7. Now save it. 8. Upon saving the entry voucher will appear to view and print. 9. You can print the invoice by clicking the button located extreme left of the Save button. Scenario 2. Now we need to issue a debit memo without selecting the invoice. It is called Open Debit Memo. It is also used to apply adjustment to vendors, like agreeing to get some discount on total balance or overall tax relief adjustment. Navigate to Transaction menu, then go to Payable, then go to Debit Memo. Now press New button. 1. Write in the field of internal comment, discount 5000 avail. 2. Select the vendor 1000. Note that here we are not selecting the invoice number as this is the Open Debit Memo and will not be attaching to any invoice. 3 Now in this segment select the location factory, region decentral region, department factory, city Riyadh. For now go to detail entry section there you write, item code disc means discount. 5 Now apply the discount rate under the unit price column by 50/100. 6 The quantity will remain same 1. 7 Under the description column write discount allowed by vendor. 8 Now you have go to last column of the page and will search the GL name discount in the chart of account. 9 Now select the discount on purchase GL. 10 Click the Save button. 11 Voucher will appear to preview, you see if all okay, then print it or save soft file. Posting debit notes, go to transaction then daily posting then go to accounts payable tab, then click on debit note. Select vendor code 1000 in vendor code from, select vendor code 1000 into vendor code. Then press show button, then select all debit notes you want to post from the list to post. Press post button, then click OK. Now we can check the result of the transaction in vendor ledger. To doing so you have to navigate to reports then payable then analysis then vendor activities. 1 On the form you have to select under listing selection field report type balance history. 2 Now go to vendor field and write 1000 and start and write down 1000. 3 You have option to select single or all specific type of transaction to be appeared in ledger report. For now press the view report button to print the vendor ledger. Accounts payable credit memo. Go to transactions, then payable, and select credit memo entry. 1 Press new button. 2 Write reversing of debit memo ### in the internal comment section. 3 Write 1000 as vendor code under purchased from field. 4 Go to invoice field and search the invoice list, as per the selected vendor in purchase from field, select the invoice number 2341. 5 Now go to detail entry section. 6 Deleted the item 2 which is irrelevant to apply any adjustment. 7 Now you have only one item left to apply adjustments. Either on quantity or unit price or both. Here we will apply changes on quantity and write 10. 8 Now in the end we will update the invoice number 190 in the internal comment section. 9 And save it. 10 Voucher will appear to preview, you see if all okay, then print it or save soft file. Posting credit memo. Go to transaction then daily posting then go to accounts payable tab, then click on credit memo. Select vendor code 1000 in vendor code from, select vendor code 1000 into vendor code. Then press show button, then select all credit notes you want to post from the list to post. Press post button, then click OK. Note, debit and credit memos are linked, and once posted, cannot be edited. Use them carefully to maintain accurate records. Processing payments, settling vendor liabilities. Now let's move to processing payments, settling vendor liabilities. This is where you settle your outstanding dues with vendors. Navigate to transaction, then go to payable, and select payment entry. 1. Press new button. 2. Choose the document type and select payment from the list. 3. Write 1000 as vendor code under vendor field. 4. Write payment against invoice under the description. 5. Select from the field of bank/cash allied bank from available different banks and cash. 6. Write down the check document number 123456. 7. Write receiver name XYZ. 8. Select the invoice 2341. 9. Under the current payment column write down the amount 200,000.00 to apply. 10. Click Save. 11. Once you save you will find the error that check 123456 is already being used, so in that case we will apply different check number 9514787. 12. Now there is an error on saving, that is to tax code is not valid and empty GL account code is not allowed. 13. Then it means that there is no tax defined under the purchase tax. 14. Navigate to setup then go to payable then go to purchase tax. 15. Press new/edit button. 16. Type tax code s.tax. 17. Select the tax category input sales WHT. 18. Apply GL code, search it under the chart of accounts, write tax in search field and then press the button Find Now. 19. Select the GL code 221002001 income tax deducted, suppliers U/S153. 20. Write tax rate 1%. 21 Save it. Now refresh the screen and made new payment from beginning. 1 Press New button. 2 Write down the description test. 3 Select the document type payment. 4 Write down the vendor code 1000. In case you don't remember the vendor code, you can search the vendor. 5 Select the bank/cash allied bank. 6 In the current payment/applied amount write 200,000.00. 7 Now select the invoice 2341. 8 In the sales tax WH code under the value of the list you can find now S.tax to select. 9 Change the current payment amount to 200,000 rupees. 10 Select Segment 1 Location Factory, Segment 2 Religion Decentral Region, Segment 3 Department Factory, and in Segment 4 City Riyadh. 11 Click Save button. 12 Voucher will appear to preview. You see if all okay, then print it or save soft file. Check the result under the report. You will apply the same practice as under this exercise to open vendor ledger and to see the transaction impact. Posting payments, go to Transaction, then Daily Posting, then go to Accounts Payable tab, then click on Payment. Select vendor code 1000 in vendor code from, select vendor code 1000 into vendor code. Then press Show button, then select all payments you want to post from the list to post. Press Post button, then click OK, stop payment entry. In this exercise we will learn how to stop the payment which we have made in the system for the. Navigate to Transaction tab, then go to Payable and then to Stop Payment. 1 Press New button. 2 Enter segments. Segment 1 Location Factory, Segment 2 Religion Decentral Region, Segment 3 Department Factory, and in Segment 4 City Riyadh. 3 Select the payment to stop from document number field. Search the payment and select 951-4785 number. For once you selected the document 951-4785, you will find most of the form fields will be automatically populated. 5 In the end, save it. 6 Voucher will appear to preview. You see if all okay, then print it or save soft file. 7 Don't forget to post the stop payment voucher. Now we can check the result of the transaction in vendor ledger. To doing so you have to navigate to Reports, then Payable, then Analysis, then Vendor Activities. 1 On the form you have to select under Listing Selection field Report Type Balance History. 2 Now go to Vendor field and write 1000 and start and write down 1000. 3 You have option to select single or all specific type of transaction to be appeared in ledger report. For now press the View Report button to print the vendor ledger. Summary and Conclusion. To conclude today's session titled Summary and Conclusion, here's what we covered. Creating payable invoices to record vendor purchases. Issuing debit and credit memos to adjust balances. Processing payments with support for partial payments and tax deductions. Verifying entries through the vendor ledger for a clean audit trail. This knowledge empowers you to manage vendor payments with precision and confidence. And with that we wrap up our 10-day Aveeros Financials video tutorial series. From initial configuration, chart of accounts, and ledgers to full AR and AP functionality, we've built a complete foundation for managing your organization's financial health. Thank you for joining us on this journey. For more help, refer to our Aveeros user documentation or reach out to our support team. See you in the next series.